Well, you know what? Let's do the flow anyway, and then we can do whatever you want to do. Since you're the only person doing it, you can do your reps, and then we can go over whatever you want to do. Cool. Here. What's up, man?
Fuckers, he's alive.
He's here. You good, bro?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, barely here, not barely alive.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh. Guys, this is Patrick. He's from Hattiesburg.
Yep.
He's going to ADCC trials in a couple weeks. And I asked him to come up here and help me suck a little less. All right, let's get into it. All right, so the flow is going to start, it's really just a guard pass is what the monthly flow is going to be on your back. So from a supine opponent, so first thing we're going to do is read our opponent. If his knees are close to his chest, okay, this is where we can more easily go into our toriandos because there's such little friction. As he brings his knees to his chest, his hips leave the mat, there's such little friction with the mat that it's easy to spin him and cut angles. That makes sense? But if he starts getting privy to this, he starts playing a little bit more away from he's still on your back, right? But his knees are a little more away from his chest, right? This is where it's gonna be harder. There's more friction with the mat. It's harder to just start cutting those angles, and there's more distance here for me to have to cover. So this is where we can go into our high step passing. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do, just a simple entry, control the high leg that he's going to have when I start passing. We're gonna go ahead and step, get active here. We're gonna step inside and my shoelaces go to the hip, okay? From here, it's really important that my hand goes post to the shoulder and I also control the high leg. If I don't control the high leg, he high legs and he either he enters my legs or he just reguards. I don't want that, right? So as I step inside, I cut this angle, come into the inside with this step. I make sure I'm above the knee. If I'm here, below the knee can just come back to his chest. It's kind of pointless. Here, I pinch my knees together. He tries to bring his knee back to his chest. It's difficult. And then lastly, we're gonna post in the shoulder. And that's where a lot of this control comes from. Now, super important detail here is I don't want my shoulder to cross over the line of my hand. If it starts crossing over the line of my hand, I'm gonna start to feel off balance. If it goes past the line of my hand, while it feels like I'm really heavy on his shoulder, I'm really off balance and I'm gonna go for a ride. So I don't wanna be too far back where there's no pressure on his shoulder and he can just build up to the shoulder, kind of pointless, right? And I also don't wanna be shoulder over hand. If you're getting it from the camera right there, I don't wanna be here, right? I got a lot of weight on there, but I'm already off base. I want my arm slightly behind, or my shoulder slightly behind my hand on this like vertical plane here, okay? So this is the first part, okay? We're gonna add to it, but the first step of the drill is, yep, he's playing here. I can't hit my toriando, or I started for the toriando, but he started extending his knees. So, no, you just, here, loosen up, just, yeah, here. He was playing tight. As I started to make contact for toriando, they came a little bit away. So I just step inside, and as soon as the foot is on the inside of my legs, I round the corner, pinch my knees together, hand goes to shoulder. Here, here, here. Cool, makes sense? All right, 1, 2, 3.
So I'm going, he's tight and I can't do anything.
Yep.
Right. I didn't get to see it. So.
Here. Oh, here, Nicholas. You mind if I show Tucker one rep, Nevada? Yeah, so right here, if his knees are really close to his chest, this is where we could easily start going into toriando, like, because it's easy to cut that angle, right? But if his knees come away from his chest, this is where I have this inside step and this outside step. As soon as his foot is in between my legs, See, he's already blocking me there because he already knows. But what I'm aiming to do is round that corner, pinch my knees together so he can't bring his knee back to his chest. As soon as I round this corner, I crash that shoulder. Make sense? And I don't want to be over like this because he's just going to off balance me. Yeah, he can play with my base. Here it's much harder for him to play with my base. Okay? All right, let's go.
Your legs are off. So I just move.
No, you're trying to get the foot in between your legs. So if you're going to cut this side, you're trying to trap the left knee. Yes. So one foot goes inside, one goes outside. Okay, go slow. Hold both shins like you're going to Toryanda. All right, start to change levels. Outside step with the left, and then right goes inside so that his foot, stuff his foot in between your legs. Yes, now around the corner. Yes, but you want to be above the knee. Now, which you'll get, Nicholas, start to turn towards him a little bit. Like you're trying to actually, like you want your knee to be above his knee line. You want to take your foot to his hip. Pinch your knees together. Pinch your knees together like this. Like you're trying to do an old school dance. Yeah? So like this, not like this.
Yeah.
Like this. Yeah. Yep. Hmm? Here, take it super slow. Here, watch this. Take it super slow. Look right here. I step inside, and then I'm just stepping. It's just over the foot here, outside, and then I'm just trying to get here. We got to control this though. If I take my hand off this, he just high legs. So I'm here, and then I'm here, and I'm just gonna chill right here. It's not an athletic pass. It's just super slow. Yeah. See? Control that high leg. Yep. And then now crash the shoulder with the hand. Yep. All right, one more minute of this, and we're going to add to it. There you go, Nicholas. Yep. Mm-hmm. But make sure you really try to distribute the bulk of your weight in that shoulder. Yes, without your shoulder coming above your hand. Yeah. There you go. Yes. Good. Try to pinch your knees together, Nevada, like you're doing old school 50s dances.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually,
You're old enough to remember that.
Yeah. Actually, that helps baseball, doesn't it? 'Cause it keeps it.
Yeah. And it helps trap the knee. Close that door. Yeah.
Flat.
Yep. And contact with him. Yeah.
Is Cena off balance?
Are you off balance?
Well, no. Like I feel like in general, if you have your legs together, like I can like do it. Can I just like?
So
Like grab his other leg and just kind of.
potentially, I mean, so the base is super important here. So yes, what's that? So if I'm here,
Yeah.
yeah. So you can.
Oh, you're leaning on there. No.
Yeah, so you can start to play my balance, but in that transition, you also give me passes. Start to play.
Yeah.
The body, the weight distribution is super important. So if you're real heavy in your legs and not in your hand, then yeah.
I'm mainly on the shoulder.
Yeah, we're mainly on the shoulder. Cheat to the shoulder. You can also even like turn your hips, just slightly, not all the way, but just slightly turn your hips to really put pressure on that shoulder because that's going to set up what we're about to do, our back step. Yep. Yep. Okay. Cool. Make sure we're trying to, the bulk of our weight distribution, we're really trying to put in that shoulder, right? Yeah, you are actually doing it naturally, but you can almost kind of lean and tilt your hips a little bit. That actually sets up a back step here if you choose to do it. Because no matter what we do with this high step, generally speaking, it's going to involve that back leg becoming weightless, either with a big kickback or a front pummel, something like that. But that back leg, to beat his leg, is going to have to get weightless at some point. So cheating in the heavy in the other leg is pretty natural. Yeah, that looks better. Does that feel better?
Yeah, I think so.
You have to ask Patrick.
Yeah, it feels good.
He's the one who's feeling it, yeah.
It feels good.
It looked better to me. All right, guys, couple more. There you go. Nice. All right, time. Bring it in, guys. All right. Can I use you, Patrick?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to add to this. Okay, so knees came away. We got that inside step, the outside step. You can even transition to the knee when you round this corner if you just need to stuff it, because it's super important that I beat this knee line right here. This is useless, right? Even if I'm here, it's just kind of useless. He's just going to regard, and now I'm off balance for sure. Also, when I get to this position, it's also really important that sometimes you're going to find yourself in a high step position too, where your foot's on the outside, which is also fine. It's playable, right? But what we care about is we don't want our feet really far away, right? So if everybody comes right here, so I can show to one side, really far away, I'm much less mobile, right? And also, I can't put nearly the amount of pressure on his shoulder. He can just like sit his shoulder up now. I can't really stop him. Does that make sense? When I get in tight, either from here or from here, I'm much more mobile as he reacts, and I'm also able to distribute my body weight much better into that shoulder. Okay, makes sense? So
Also help in terms of just when you're making contact with the leg like that, and you're relying then on touch as opposed to sight in terms of like movement, so that you can move quicker.
sorry, can you say it again?
So, like I know in various forms of martial arts, associated with like why the reason they can blindfold people and stuff is because if they're touching someone, your reaction, you don't have to go through the like look.
Yeah.
You're like, you can feel it with your foot. You can do a
I think that's part of it. It's also just part of, I have my hips actually under me instead of like I'm in this kind of like, almost like a bear crawl position, you know, where I'm like, I have a wide base, but I'm not super mobile. Especially because I'm connected to him, not the floor. I can't just like move at will. I have to move according to kind of, he's part of the floor. But yes, I think that does play I forget the word for it, the scientific word. Same reason that we talk about thumb posts when we're wrestling, is like that little signal is way before your eyes register anything, you feel it. Yeah. Okay, so we got into this position. Super important that we beat this knee. Everything is kind of pointless if we don't beat this knee. Also super important that I stay tight, okay? You could see me kind of do, y'all remember, y'all ever seen the let's see if I got it. I can't do it. There it is. Yeah, it took me a second, right? My grandma showed me that dance when I was like 6. So, you know, when we get in here, we pinch our knees, because also I can leave this, the more I leave this door open, if he's able to pummel his knee on the inside, he reguards too. So I want to shut this down as much as possible. The last thing I'll mention is what I was going over with you. If I'm real heavy on the leg here, but not the shoulder, then he's free to move. He's free to start taking better grips on my legs. Yeah, all that good stuff, cutting angles. If anything, I cheat my weight distribution to the shoulder and kind of to this leg. Like, I take the bulk of my weight out of my back leg, generally speaking, because what I'm going to do next for most of my passes from here involves this leg becoming weightless. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do next. So we're here, okay? First thing I'm gonna do is simply just a kickback. So my head dips down, right? And I'm going to try to kick that out, okay? You can try that one. The other alternative is I go to kick. Well, there's actually 3 here, right? But let's say I go to kick and he really tracks it and I can't get it, then this is where we're gonna convert into a front pummel. So what I mean is my knee now comes back right there, okay? So you have to get the timing down of this and the balance. I mean, it's not like it's a hard movement, but staying balanced and getting the timing down is gonna be the key to doing it successfully. So we're here, okay? I go to kick and he's tracking, so I come back to the front. So the movement is just kick back, he's tracking, knee comes in, there, okay?
Shoelaces basically back into his hip.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because my next move is here. My next move is if I can get these shoelaces to his hamstring, is to just leg ride him down. Or that's a next move. Anything I can do to just get in this inside space, because now we're past, we can do whatever we want, right? All right, so one more time. We'll start at the top. Take our Toriando grips, foot to the inside. I stuff around the corner, hand goes to the shoulder, okay? Now you can drill both of these. Head dips down, kick back here, and also I should do this a little cleaner. So look, when I kick back, I've got this little cross step right here so that I can remain on base. That, you all see that? I don't want to just do this. I'm not on base here. Like, he could take me that way. Here, it's harder for him to take me that way. Okay, same thing. If I'm here and he's tracking me real hard and I can't get my kick back, I'm here, I'm gonna go here. Okay, and then I can hip switch or whatever we want to do there. That makes sense. Okay, so do both. You enter in here. You can drill this one. Make sure you drill that little cross step there, and then we can switch. Or he's tracking, so I'm here, and I'm here. Cool? All right, 1, 2, 3. You have anything to add, Patrick?
Yeah, man, that was great. Yeah, sometimes, like, just further down the road, but sometimes you gotta, like, cycle between the two, and I think you're talking about the posts and stuff helps out a ton, but something that I don't know if you wanna. Sure.
You just clip it on.
Which one? Like this?
Get right down the lapel. Yeah.
Cool. Something that helps me with high stepping is I feel like your weight's really, really good here, and like even like getting to that like balanced like X position is really good. This took me a long time to learn. You probably already know all this crap, but it's like the balance between the two. So like, let's say I'm trying to back step, but he does a really good job tracking, and then I tried going front pummel, but he's really just good monitoring both. You see, like this took me a long time to learn. Of like, sometimes it gets a little messy to where like you'll go like 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. The biggest thing that I learned with high stepping is like kind of like get your toes to point into his hips, control this far leg, and then like even if it does get a little sloppy and they start to do a really good job tracking you, you'll still end up doing a job of like this and being able to get outside the legs, which is the whole point of it anyway. But yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but
like toes toward their butt. That's
yeah, this.
I think Pasta told me that actually.
I feel like if we have here or even here, it like makes it tough for us to really balance and like make like a solid base. But if I have my toes here, especially once we get outside the hips, it's easy for me to start to pull my legs away and everything. So, yeah.
You guys got any questions?
Cool.
1, 2, 3. Other than is it called the Toriando because of the bullfighter?
Yeah.
I remember learning this Toriando pass like 2010, and like they're like it doesn't work in no-gi. It doesn't work. We can only do it in the gi. It's crazy how times have changed. Here.
Now you got to beat the knee, Nevada. So have a checkpoint of kind of tap, just for the sake of practice. Tap, give that knee a little tap with your hand as you round the corner and transition to the shoulder.
Here.
Yeah, like stuff that thing as you round that corner. Yeah.
So then here, so getting a little. So then head down. And get here, right?
Nice. Hey, and when you complete your foot, whether you did a back step or a front pummel, I want you to front pummel and do this like little cross step,
Go back.
like you're doing this little. Yes, ankle control is to stop the inversion and the high leg. Yeah, and now sit low, like a little low squat, but keep most of your weight in your hand, in your shoulder. Yeah. That looks good. Yep. Now look on that front pummel. On that front pummel, you're gonna make the sole of your foot face his head, right? So I tried to kick back, it doesn't work. I come knee forward, and I'm here. Okay, so this is an exaggeration, but look, I'm gonna point it towards his face. Yeah. Yeah, then you can do a little knee switch once you've got that cross step. The cross step is just for your base. And then you can, then you can switch your knees up. And then try to maintain contact with him the whole time, his hip. Yeah. Okay. Good. Make sure even if you back step, let's go to that cross step as a checkpoint. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, that looks good. But keep that weight in that shoulder. What you don't want to do is get real heavy on his hip there, and his shoulder can just sit up, and now he's just pushing your head and scooting away from you, and it was all for nothing. That makes sense? Pinning the shoulder is what stops him from really what's coming next. There you go. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, that's a good marker.
Hey, try to actually touch his hip with your toes. Like really emphasize like stuffing it in there. Yep. Make your toes point towards his butt. Yep. Nice. Right And then with that cross step, let's make sure we're nice and balanced and we're not going so hard down to our knee, because that's taking pressure off the shoulder now. I'm putting a lot of weight here and the weight's coming off the shoulder. I don't want him turning into me. That's how he's gonna re-guard there. He already passed the legs, so the last line of defense he has is being able to get to a shoulder so that his hips can become mobile and he can make his knees point at you again. Nice. Now kick him in the pocket. Nice. Yep. Weight stays in the shoulder. Weight stays in the shoulder. Yep. Back step. Low squat. Yeah, cool. That looks great.
Slow. Don't do that to me rolling, man. I'll be so sad.
Yeah, probably. Just fine.
Nice. Looks good. Make sure that shoulder can't leave the mat through everything. That far shoulder is stapled to the mat. Don't overcommit, but make sure that you never get so light on it that it can leave the mat. Try to touch his hip with your foot, Tucker. Your inside foot. Okay, right here, yeah. So when you round that corner, make contact with your shoelaces to his hip. Now make your toes point at his butt. Both feet. Point both your feet. Yeah. That makes you a lot more mobile here. Yep. There you go. Cross step, cross step. You got it. Everything else looks good. Just settle right here and then set up what you want to do next, just so he can't explode into you. All right, a couple more minutes on this. Okay.
Here. Now, pinch the knees, pinch the knees, pinch the knees. Down.
When you do that hip switch, Nevada,
Yeah.
let this foot base out more towards his shoulder a little bit, instead of just kind of doing this. Like, try to,
Oh, okay, so.
just so you still have a good base. Yeah, and the leg ride we're about to do kind of needs that foot posted out wide so that it can drive. Let's see. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Looks pretty good to me.
Try this. Sometimes. I'm gonna sit this over. Oh, no. Knee.
Cross step, Nicholas. Front. You did the front pummel, but then you did this instead of here. So in that moment, he could have swept you. Toes to his hip, Tucker? Yeah. There you go. Yeah, dude. All right, one more, Nicholas. All right, guys. All right, let's add the last piece to this. What's up, man? You look like a Backstreet Boy.
Thank you.
All right, you come from prom?
No. This is what I had on.
He just wants to look fresh. All right. So from the top, inside step, I come around the corner there. Knees pinched together. Again, like Patrick was saying, toes facing the butt makes you a lot more mobile, and it's much easier for this back step. Okay, from here, what's up, Zach? Wow, the blue belts are rolling in. Wow, 32 minutes late, man. Is that? Yeah, I feel like that's like, what is that, 32 laps and 32 burpees? My gosh. All right, here, now, however we get past, whether it's the kickback, or sometimes like his knees just low like this, I can just high step out of there. Okay, like don't overthink it, right? Sometimes, especially when I start explaining too much, I might be making y'all overthink it. We're just trying to get past the knee. However, I just want the footwork, the end state of the footwork to be somehow, I got this foot free of his legs, and we hit that little cross step for our base. I don't really care how you got there. These are just ideas of how to do it, right? Whether it's we're kicking up, whether it's a front pummel, or whether it's literally just his knees low, and I just pick my foot up. It's not rocket science, right? Just get past the knee, try to hit that cross step. All right, so from here, once I hit the cross step, I'm gonna hit a little hip switch here. Now here's one error, this is what I was mentioning with you, right? We don't wanna get to where we bring this in here and we're just tight, right? Or where we do something like this. Because when I get here, all my weight's like in my knee now. I've got a little weight there, but this shoulder can really start moving. Yeah, so if he gets inside position, he plants, he can turn into me, he can shrimp away from me, all that good stuff. I don't want that happening, right? So I really want, when I hit this cross step, I want to first off go ahead and set up his knees pointing away from me, and I also want to maintain my base with most of my weight still distributed in that shoulder. Okay, so here, and I hit this little hip switch here. That makes sense? So now his knees, I'm already setting up his knees pointed away from me, which we know is a fundamental guard pass. Like if we make the knees point away, we can pass the guard, right? I also want to keep my base. I also still don't want him, still don't want him to turn into me, okay? So now that I'm here, again, close, I'm not out here. I'm in this like low squat position. I'm still making him hold me up. Still got most of my weight in the shoulder here. I'm distributing it into his hip too, because I really want to keep those knees pointed away now. From here, we're gonna set up our leg ride. So all I'm looking to do is make my rear foot here connect to the hamstring. Okay, so let's say he's a little higher, right? Let's say I just got to here, because he's actually giving me some resistance, right? What I'm looking to do, connect to this hamstring, kick, kick, kick. Okay, now what we want to do with upper body grips here isn't really, do whatever you want. And Patrick, you might have something favorite that you want to show us. I care more that we actually made the knees point away. We made contact with the hamstrings. We collapsed him. And then from here, we can fight for cross face underhook. We can, if he's really committed that way, we can just come across past the guard, whatever you want to do. Might even have back exposure if he starts to turtle, like whatever it is. I don't really care. I just want you to actually pin the legs and then do whatever you want, okay? Yeah, so you get to choose how you want to finish this out. Do you have a favorite finishing position from there?
Yeah, it kind of depends on what the guy does.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I can get mount, yeah, I prefer mount, but it's just because I got short legs. But if you can take the back, it'd be better.
Well, you pick one, and that's going to be how we finish it for the month. Here, you do it.
So is it on here? And with my beard tickling the thing and making noise. So here, whenever I kick back, get to this position, leg ride. So when JC was talking about like this pointing the knees away, I think is like super, super important. I like having follow-ups for where I'm going. So I tend to, especially if knees get pointed away versus like getting pinned where they face towards you, I like to try and get to the far side here. And I put my head here, and then from this position, I can walk and come into like a very controlled mount to where I have like the single chest wrap here. This is what I prefer, but like again, like it's usually a lot more, there's a lot more variables going on. So you don't always get that. This would be picture perfect, that, or I get like a Dagestani handcuff where as he starts to come here, he builds up. Yeah. And then from this position, I can start to really get a solid pin. One of those two. But as I walk his hips away and put some weight down, this is all you got to do from here. You're just bringing your head forward, and I'm scooping, I guess so everybody can see here. And I'm just scooping this side and just walking as I get into mount. And then from here, I'm making sure I check his hips with tight knees, and I start to get to my single chest wrap from this position. That's how I prefer. Do you need me to go into detail about any of that, or is it?
Yeah, I got something.
Cool. So we'll do this side one more time. Knees face away. Head comes next to his head. Chest comes here, and I'm just scooping underneath the elbow, opening mine up, and just walking and ratcheting and getting into a solid mount. And from here, there's a lot that we can do. We could honestly, I feel like this is a lot, so we'll come back and talk about the single chest wrap if JC wants, but for now, just get to this position to where his hips are flat, knees are pinched in, feet are tucked underneath the butt, and then we have this hand, this arm, sorry, collapsed next to his ear, okay?
Run the whole thing real quick.
Of course. So as they start to get here, control, get back. Walk. Here. Here. You guys can end up like this with this single chest wrap, that'd be best. Questions? Cool. All right, break up.
First part, what can you show the like just the entry?
Yeah.
No. No. Ask him. You're 30 minutes late, bro. Come on.
Cool.
All right. Any other questions about what he just showed? All right. 1, 2, 3. Cardio. I'm not gonna go to cardio. All right. Can't do it. Working with Tucker. Or actually, working with these guys, you'd be a little more size matched. All right. Hmm? Yeah, it's fine. I'm just not gonna take time from y'all.
Then you clamp your legs together. It's kind of gay, but do it. So you do this. You go here, then you post arm and shoulder.
Hit that back step,
Kick
Nevada.
back to there. He doesn't block it. Yeah. And it goes straight up and you come down. And then you to here.
Now,
And you always want to be controlling his legs.
basically, so am I doing,
Yeah. So you're here, and if he does block,
basically,
you block.
Try to make if you move your shoelaces to his hamstring, then you can just kind of like, almost like you're hopping on one leg. You just kind of kick yourself over. Like think about a little hopping into him off of your left leg to drive. Yeah.
So
and then want to come the opposite way, right?
so here,
So shoot it 30.
use the thing, and I'm guessing he doesn't block on this one. And here, are you cutting across with your left leg? With this leg?
When?
Here, like to pull his legs this way?
No, so my right shoelaces go to the hamstring, and I just use my left leg as like a kick, like just little hops. Right. It could be a series of hops, so you can keep a nice wide base. Right. So if you base that left foot out more, and you put your right shoelaces in the hamstring, put them like up, like put your shoelaces like up here, closer to the knee, and then just hop. Yeah, that's the idea.
And then you
Then you get chest to chest.
yeah, you get his legs. Yeah, I think it was just.
Yeah, head to his head,
Yeah, head
and
to-
find that far side underhook.
And the spider crawl is on.
Mm-hmm. Take it slow, Nicholas. Slow is smooth, brother. That's correct, man. That's right.
Do I go with the right arm here or the
Hmm?
left arm?
We're gonna right arm under the far armpit. Your head goes over his head. Yeah. Now grab your cross face. All right. Now from here, we're just looking to take them out. So start walking his elbow up over his head, and then take them out. Yeah.
Together tight.
Like this. Step that. Like right here. Pinch them together. Okay. So then.
Yeah.
What's the system called?
All right. Not less of a sprinter stance, okay, Zach?
Okay.
Keep your foot close to him, both feet close to him. Okay, not close to each other, but close to him. Yeah, like you can still have a wider base,
Okay.
but feet closer to him.
Okay.
Yeah. Now from here, let's hit the leg ride. All right. What was that? Sound like bubble wrap.
Yeah, it was like.
Yeah, he's just pointing the knees away. That's all you want to do on the guard pass. On the outside, just get outside the knees and point them away. That's how you start.
I love you, buddy. You can rewatch class. Okay. That's why we record every class.
Now put the knees together.
Like this, like the old school dance.
Yeah.
There you go. Nice.
I didn't even talk about it, but I always assume people are going to do this, but I forgot to talk about how people will most likely block the hip. That's why we go for the single chest wrap. If they just do this, then yeah, you go double chest wrap. But
Cool. Yeah, let's circle back up and talk about it in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's bring it in. What is, well, actually, I know you have one detail you wanted to cover. I actually have a question, and then let's see what other questions everybody else has.
So, real quick. So used to.
Are we muted? Is that unmuted? Cool. Okay.
So, one thing to keep in mind, like I didn't think about this, you know how it is, like you do a move a bunch and then you start to teach, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot there's some details here. When we start to pin, what happens a lot is like, JC's not gonna just let me go into mount, right? He's obviously gonna try and put a frame in the way to hold my weight and to keep me from getting chest to chest, right? So that's the point of this. This is probably this, one, in my opinion, the best like mount defense and escaping mount is like this bar across the hips. And this would be like a pseudo mount. It's like a leg ride, but he's gonna try and keep me from getting a solid chest to chest and really controlling him. So that's why we only get to a single chest wrap. If for some reason the dude's just chilling here and he doesn't know what's going on, I'm gonna get a double chest wrap. That's way better. But more than likely, he's trying to create a frame to keep me from getting chest to chest. So that's why when we get here, we start to walk this. And even if he does have this solid frame in place, I can start working from a pretty good position here to where I can start to work on getting through that frame, okay? So the guy on the bottom, make sure as your partner starts to do this, make sure he frames it right across the hip line here and not let the guy just easily just go straight into mount with a free ride here. Even if like here, like a solid bar, I'm not safe just yet. I have to address this situation. So once I get this walked up, I have to start working on getting that hand out of the way. Does that make sense? Cool. What you got, JC?
Well, does anyone else have a question that you were struggling with? Or feeling off base, anything like that? Cool, okay, well. So from here, what if, like, how would you dig this underhook if they're doing a really good job protecting it?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so if somebody does like a solid job on like keeping their elbows in, maybe they have like this little, yeah, exactly. Like preventing me from really getting a solid position here. There's a few things that we could do to attack this, and depending on your personality style and what you want to accomplish, you can make happen. So from here, something that I like to do is I like to, like, if hands are being blocked, sometimes I'll take the hand that's being like trying to block my hips and just walk it up just like that. And now from this position, I can still start to work the hands up. Or I could take this arm and get a nice cross face, and I'm just trying to point his chin away, and this will force separation. Now, the tricky thing about this part is like, I don't want to immediately go here because I'm going to get kipped, right? Can I use you just so JC can see? So make a little frame here. Yeah, solid. Okay, so from this cross face, as I really start to extend him, I'm just paying attention to where this is. So if I can sneak that, awesome. And then from this point, I really start to like turn my hips and start to dig. That's one way. And then we can also open up space just like this. And as I come this way, I can come back. But the biggest thing is I don't want to get him.
Don't load yourself when they.
Yeah, exactly. He could start to, it does, yeah. The, I'll try not to go too much of a tangent here, but this helped me out a bunch. He has just a few objectives with mount. He has to get inside knee, elbow, and forehead position. And if I can get one of those out of the way, it makes it a lot easier. So like, as I'm here, if I get that forehead out of position, it makes it easier to get here, and it makes it much more difficult for him to start his kipping escapes. So, and then how you get to,
Can't effectively
Exactly. Yeah, it's so much harder to. Yeah, so much more difficult to do that. The more of a ball they get into, whether it's back or mount, dude, it makes it so much harder. Cool. Did that help at all? Or?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, for sure.
Any other questions?
Any other questions? All right, let's each do 10 more of the whole flow, right? So,
Yeah, of course.
let's run 10 of the whole flow, and then I want to do one other drill before we call it and start comp class. All right, so if I can get Toriando, that's great. If his knees are close to his chest, that means his butt's off the floor. That means he doesn't have as much friction. He's a spinny boy. Okay. If his knees a little further away from his chest, this is where we can start hitting our high step passing. All right. So we're going to take an inside step. We come out and around the corner. I'm just going to give him a little love on the knee, little knee tap here as I round the corner. My toes are facing his butt. Okay. My knees are pinched together so he can't get his knee back. Okay. However you want to clear this knee or this foot, again, it's not as important. All that matters is that I keep a good base while I do it. So whether I dip down and I kick back, or I go for that and he's tracking me, I front pummel, or his knee's just already pointed out to the side, so I just lift my foot, just high step, right? As long as I end in this little checkpoint, I like this. Now sometimes you might do this fast, maybe you don't do this, right? But I like this as a default checkpoint because it helps me keep my base. I can even get down this low squat, right? So even if he starts planting, all that good stuff, like it's much easier for me to track him because I have good balance. So here, now I want to put my, when we're drilling this, sometimes you can literally just kind of like go hip to hip, but when we're drilling this, I want to bring my shoelaces to the hamstring and get used to driving so I can keep a nice wide base and kind of shuffle my way into position here. It might happen way faster in reality, but just for the sake of feeling your balance in the drills, I'd like you to get used to that. So my shoelaces come to the hamstring and I have a series of kicks here, okay? Now from here, I'm looking, as he said, get my head over the head. I'm looking to dig my underhook, okay? Grab my cross face. You can take a 10 finger here. I'm looking to flare his elbow above his head, get my chest wrap, and settle on the mount, all right? I don't care if you, actually no, we're gonna do the mount, because I said whatever he said, we're gonna do that, okay? I care more that you really get this leg ride down, because it sets up, depending on what their reaction is, either way it sets up an advantageous position, as long as you don't get too greedy, as long as you're willing to take whatever they give you. But let's drill the mount, cool? All right, 1, 2, 3. they're all gonna pass me eventually because they get way more work in than I do. I don't actually get to join in the
Outside of
fun.
being a coach, dude. So you gotta make double time. Time for you, time for them.
Yeah, I'm hoping eventually I have somebody up here that has a more flexible schedule like me, and I can get my work in during the day.
Oh, gotcha.
You know,
That's how I have to do mine. I'm like, all right, I'm taking a super long lunch. Going to
Yeah.
the gym.
I'm the only person that's available at like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
or whatever, you know. Oh, I wanted to try, before we head out, maybe after comp class, I want to try a variation of the punch choke that I learned from BMAC today.
Dude, hell yeah.
They herniated a disc in my neck when I was out there last week, so I probably can't give you much work.
No, that's all right, dude.
I can try, but I gotta protect my neck.
From the trip, from the punch trip.
I think it's from getting Darce like 8 times in a single round from Matt Scaff. I think, I don't know. They got me a lot with the Darce and the punch choke. The thing is, nobody runs punch choke typically, but they do, like 10th Planet Boys, because they're like, everybody's all about this, like I was talking to, interesting.
So like when you're here,
Yeah, dude.
what do I do with my hands? 'Cause this don't feel right.
I don't know what to do with my hands. Sorry, I have to. What doesn't feel right here?
Like after I get this over, I don't know, it just feels
So find
wrong.
your balance now. Now that you're leg riding, like where do you think you want to put your hand for balance? What about your other hand? Do you think, yeah, do we really care about the shoulder now?
Right.
Right. So and I didn't mention that, to be fair.
So
But if a good rule of thumb, so you can diagnose your problem yourself, is I don't feel balanced. I've done the move, but I feel off balance. That probably means we're missing, assuming we've done everything that we're supposed to do, it probably means it's time to move my hand, for instance. Like, if at any time you don't feel balanced in jiu-jitsu, something's wrong.
for sure.
And it could be because I told you wrong, or in this case, I didn't tell you. But don't be afraid to make an adjustment. There you go. Now get you an S grip. Yeah, with your cross face. And now drive that elbow above his head. Yes, now take them out. Just, yeah, you can even like cheat your hip towards the floor, you know what I'm saying? Like this. Like, and really kick that foot over. There you go. Yeah. Forgot to say Ayo. Ayo. I don't know, somebody said that in chat. Nice. Okay. Yeah, if you get double unders, that's great, Tucker. Yeah, you can murder him. Go ahead and take the kill. Focus on the footwork on this next rep, okay? Like, we're close to him. We got our cross step, and our toes are pointed at the butt.
Be afraid to do that. And also
Okay.
at the same time, I can start to do things like as I turn my wrist.
Because this lets me cheat my hips
Yeah, that
and
way I
lean
can
down on
start
them.
to like apply pressure to his hips and start to kill this.
This will be your bread and butter. This is outside
Yeah,
passing.
you were like
Like you would be really good at this if you get the footwork down.
to try to total your farm, but like I don't get you.
There we go.
Bring that hip down.
Hip switch, now leg ride. Right? Nice. You got to beat that knee right there, Camden. Go back real quick. Let's make sure that we beat his knee. So we really want this knee. Yeah. Now pinch your knees together like this. Kind of sit into it. Yeah. There you go. Nice. If you take a like a 10-finger grip there, you can, with your cross face and your underhook, you can really open his elbow up to be above his head just by shifting your elbows. Yeah, use your whole body to drive his elbow above his head. Just take a 10-finger grip, and now try to get his elbow above his head. Use your body. Yeah.
The shoulder pressure with the hand. Because I like bruising my shoulder.
Nice.
Yeah, that's my fault. That's your turn. Yeah. I think this part needs to be fairly quick, just as like.
Get your cross face, Nevada, and then take an S grip, 10-finger grip, and you can open his elbow up. Use your body to open that elbow up.
Like this?
Like in the beginning. Just that
Take your elbow along the mat. Yeah. Okay.
And then once you start to like want to take this through, put it on the other side. Yes, that's where you start to dig, right? Nice. Good, good, good. From here, yeah, you can. Yeah, just
That's good.
lead that leg to the ground.
That's it, Nevada.
Wrong way.
Good joking.
As long as you get that single wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring my hip down to the mat.
Just put all your weight on his bladder.
Whatever works.
Here, run it on me. We get the POV right here. Hmm?
I don't want it to come off to the side.
Oh no.
Off to the side where it's down. So here, and then.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Oh my gosh. Old man, wait. That'll be a good clip.
Other side. In drilling.
What's that?
In drilling, not in real life.
No, that. Oh, I want to watch that back. I hope I actually got it. I was trying to like make sure you could see everything happening.
Yeah. Now you won't lose your balance, right? Yeah.
All right, guys, let's do one more drill before we call it. Okay. And this is relevant. All right, so we're gonna start in this high step position. All right, so again, like I said earlier, sometimes your foot's on the inside, sometimes it's on the outside. I don't really care here. Like for now, let's actually put it on the outside. Okay, this is more of a feeling my balance through the transition drill than anything. Okay, so from here, we're gonna start here. Again, I want a good base. I don't want my shoulder to overcommit over my hand. Like if it gets in line or in front of my hand, this is where I'm gonna start getting off balance. I want it just, my shoulder just slightly behind my hand on this vertical plane, okay? I don't want my feet out here because now I'm much less mobile, okay? He's way more mobile, right? He can't really shut his hips down. Yeah, he can easily work inside. And there's nothing really, like I don't have nearly as much pressure here. It's pretty easy for him to start sitting up and just getting his shoulder up now, yeah. Right, so again, I wanna be here. I want you to do this slowly, like very slowly, intentionally slowly, so you can feel your balance through this position, all right, or through these transitions. Okay, so from here, we're gonna first transition into outside camping, right? So let's just say he's gonna start coming up a little bit from the shoulder. I'm gonna transition to here, into outside camp, okay? Now from here, he overreaches with his bottom foot to the leg, right there. And here is where we're gonna crash and cover hips to chest half, okay? Again, cover hips when you come here, okay? If I don't cover his hips, he starts getting inside position or he starts shrimping away from me, all that kind of stuff. We don't want that happening, right? So I wanna make sure, again, the head, we talk about checkpoints all the time, right? When we're chest to chest half passing, we don't care about the head. Like we'll get there, but the hips, right? So when I get here, I really just wanna get my knee across his center line, walk it to his hip, walk it past his hip, and connect my knee and my elbow. Okay, so now even if I have no head control, but as he goes to move, it's difficult, okay? All right, now once you're here, I want us to put ourselves back into outside camping, okay? So we're gonna light him up a little bit. We're gonna play here, and then I want you to put yourself back into high step position. Make sense? All right, so one more time. We'll start here, okay? Make sure you feel a good base. That's why I'm doing it slow because I want to work on my base a lot, okay? So I'm doing it slow too. So we're here. Now he starts to turn into me a little bit. I transition, I change levels. I hit him with the outside camp. He overextends right there. I take my knee past his hip, connect my knee and my elbow. From here, he starts to pop back up. Again, the reason we're doing this, I'm gonna let him move, okay? Because I want you to have these cues in your head of like, I don't have this anymore. Let me go ahead and beat him out of there. If I beat him out of there to the next position, I can still win. The surest way to lose something is to want it too bad, okay? So like something that's true in life, okay? You want it so bad, that's the surest way to lose it, just to try to hold on to it. So I'm gonna let him move. And as he moves, like, oh, time to get out of there, right? And I'm back into my camping, okay? Now, I want you to go ahead, put yourself into the high step position, okay? Cool? All right, 1, 2, 3. We're just gonna do this for a few minutes, and then we'll do whatever y'all want. Do it intentionally, slowly, and try to stay balanced. That's the number one thing I want you to feel is your balance.
Is that clock off an hour?
Yeah. Let's do our.
Yeah, which form?
What's that?
Which form of camping?
Yeah, it's gonna be outside, but I want you to cheat your head to the shoulder instead. Okay, instead of the hip. Okay. Go try to go fingers down towards the mat and just monitor the knee. So Nevada, this is gonna necessitate that you turn on your side, right? You want to connect your knee and your elbow. Yes. That's the look we're looking for. Okay, now you're gonna overextend that right foot. You're gonna let him, Camden, yeah. Right now, right there, that's our cue. Knee crashes, knee walks past the center line, we connect our knee and our elbow, okay? All right, we don't care about the cross face. Let the cross face go, just cover his hips. Just cover his hips, don't even worry about it, what his arms and head's doing. Now we're gonna put ourselves back into camping. Okay, slowly, keep your balance the whole time. There you go, yep. And then you're gonna put yourself back in a high step, which, well, you already kind of came out, but that's all good. Yep, put yourself back in high step, yep. Okay, with the camping, this time I want you to keep your foot on the inside of his feet, okay? This is a little different than the like north-south style that we did most of the year.
So you want me to keep my head?
When you go to camping, I want your right foot in between his legs, like almost like you're putting yourself in half guard.
Okay. So you come in.
Or a lot closer to his legs, yeah. Yep. Okay. Not even necessarily in between, that's my bad. Really just like closer.
And what's the like objective with putting ourselves back into camping?
It's so this requires that you move a little bit too, right? And you have to let him move. But it's saying here, you just hold. You hold here. You put me in chest to chest, right? And you just hold my hips. All right, so it's saying he wins this inside position, you know, and he starts to win this elbow position. Right there, he's able to start re-guarding. That's where if you wait too long and someone good works in a butterfly, you can start going for a ride. But the minute that you realize, oh, I'm getting beat, you go back, yes, you pop back up into camping.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Hey, is anyone confused on why we're putting ourselves back into camping from half guard? No? Okay.
Wait. From there, like the.
Yeah, does anyone feel like that makes no sense?
Well, it's because if they get out of it, you want to get.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure no one's confused. Point your toes at his butt, Zach. But both toes at his butt. Like take your right hip closer to his shoulder, point your toes towards me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay.
And keep most of the weight in that shoulder.
Yeah, that's right. You don't want to feel it here.
Almost all the weight is going to be in his shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah, find your balance there. I don't know if you're
I was, but I was in trouble.
JC, do you see anything with his, go to your camping position. Because his base isn't there, like, I think it's your feet.
Let's see it, Nevada. So you got to turn into him, Camden. Yep. All right, so right here. Yeah, so this is going to more realistically be if he's a little more on his side, Nevada. Okay. A little bit, yeah. But no, so yeah, now track that knee. Okay. Inside elbow. Right. And that's it. And we're just chilling. Most of the weight, you're posted up your weight into this shoulder. And the purpose of camping though, right, is to just wear him out. So we don't want to overcommit. We're just making it really difficult for him to do anything. We're just trying to like set up camp and just chill. We're not actually trying to flatten him out yet or anything like that. So definitely think weight distribution into the shoulder, but also think just a good base. I'm immovable. I don't let him get his knee. I don't let him get all the way up on his side, and I don't let his knee and his elbow touch. Those are the objectives. He can't high leg, he can't touch his knee and his elbow, and he can't get all the way up on the side. He can only get to like 45 degrees, and then he just like hits a wall, which is my head. And that's what's, the purpose of this is to wear them out. It's not to pass.
Problem is finding my balance.
That's why we're doing the drill. Mine sucks too, if it makes you feel any better. All right, he comes up to the side. You've got to change levels with your hips too. Yeah. Your left foot, your left hand, sorry, goes to his knee. Right? The whole purpose, look, if Camden can touch his right knee and an elbow, if he can make his right knee and elbow touch, then he can regard. So we're preventing that. We don't go looking for it if he's not bringing it to us for some reason. A good player is going to bring it to you. But if he's just not, we're just like waiting on it. Fingers down, I'm just kind of like chilling, waiting on it. I'm just there to receive it when he wants to bring it to me.
My problem is I just don't like.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
That's why we're drilling it. All right, guys, one more minute. We're going to do this drill a lot this month. We're going to really work on our balance. Okay. Hand in the hip. Yeah, looks good. Yep. All right, now he's going to overextend, right? Now you crash, knee comes past his hip, walk all the way, and connect your knee elbow. Yep, there you go, nice. Now he starts beating you, right? So now you've got to beat him to the next position. Yep. Yep. All right, time, guys, time. Here, just real quick, do you mind chest to chest, please? Yeah. Hey, so just so everyone's clear on this, like, I mean, it's really with all of these positions, right? But again, if he goes to beat me on a position, I need to know where it's going next or where it could go next and take him to the place where I want, okay? So if I'm here and he starts working inside position, he starts beating this knee elbow or this inside space, right? That's too much for me now, all right? He's already starting to win, or worse, he gets a butterfly hook in, like I'm going for a ride. Okay, so here, as soon as I know he starts winning this position, go ahead. I've got to beat him to this next game, this next position. See, so now I'm still in an advantageous position. Because look, my whole goal, well, not everyone, but several of us have gone over a lot of camping this year in comp class. My whole goal is prevent the high leg, right? So inside position, prevent the knee and the elbow. If his knee and elbow can touch, he can regard, okay? And then prevent him from really building up onto his side. Okay, so all three of these points here, shut all three of those things down. And the purpose of the camp is to just wear him down. It's not to pass. So we also want to play very patient here, which might not be your style. If it's not your style, don't worry about it. Don't do it. But it's my style, and it's what I like. So I would rather wear this big strong boy down and then get the pass for free. Because I don't want to try to match his youthfulness and his athleticism, his strength, right? But if I can just chill, eventually he gets tired, and then the pass is free, okay? Does that make sense? We're going to do this drill all month. But it might have felt kind of weird putting yourself, because I always talk about chest to chest as king. And then it's like, well, why am I putting myself back into campus? We're assuming he beat us. He won a little mini battle on that hip position, and I need to beat him to the next spot. Cool? All right, cool. Hey, any questions for me or for Patrick? No? Cool. Let's get a few rounds in, and definitely, if you have questions for Patrick, I'm sure he doesn't mind. If he's way better than me, so ask him questions. Way more knowledgeable than me. If you got something you're stuck on, like, I'm sure he'd be happy to help you too. Otherwise, let's just roll. Kind of do some open mat for comp class, and I got a couple things I want to try for sure. So I need a couple of dummies, yeah. Thank y'all for coming. Hey, the new space is coming along. I can use all the help I can get. Thank you for coming, by the way. I really appreciate you.
The glue off the floor. Wait for Luke to get his big belt sander thing.
Well, I put the chemical on there. The chemical's working.
Is it?
Yeah, I had to go buy a bunch more gallons today.
If you don't mind me asking, what did you use?
Some kind of adhesive remover. I don't know. I just poured it on there for a couple hours.
Has Luke used his big?
Not yet. That's the final boss if this doesn't work, but this seems to work. Like,
Over there, like, hold my beer. I got it.
yeah.
Yeah, we were doing it, and then he was like, you know, I could have brought my massive belt sander.
Well, I don't have power hooked up there anyway, so I wouldn't be able to do it right now
Use,
yet.
like, the place next door.
Well, yeah, they might let me, but like, it's gonna be the end of the week before we have power. Anyway, it's all set up, but or it's all moving forward. But I definitely could use any help that I can get for any of y'all who, if you have a free hour, you can throw it my way. I'll give you a hug. What's that?
When are you up there? All there?
It's probably gonna be after 3 or 4 most days this week, because Walmart's crazy right now. What's that?
I can work this weekend.
Okay.
Raffle nights.
Okay.
Is that this weekend?
Yes, that is this weekend. Unless I don't get all the matches made by noon tomorrow, then I'm just gonna cancel it. Like I'm trying to make all the matches, but.
If you can't find a match for me, that's okay.
Well, I'm gonna find you a match.
I might have a free couple hours this week then.
I appreciate it. Yeah, whatever I can get. We just got, this is the hardest thing that we're gonna do for the move-in is just getting all this glue off the floor. Everything else is like, not easy, but straightforward.
Yeah,
This is the
we
most
just,
time-consuming thing.
Screw it, and we just left our shop like that.
Hmm.
It's like this whole.
I gotta paint it.
Oh, okay.
I gotta paint the parts that are gonna be exposed. We're gonna have a false floor for the mats, but everything else is gonna be like the walkway. I'm painting. I'm doing like an epoxy black with some like metallic purple flakes to kind of go with the brand. But to paint it, you got to get it super buffed and clean and everything. But that's the hardest thing we're doing. Like everything else can be pretty easy. Like easier. Like cable management is going to take a whole day to get all the cables in the wall to hook up to all our cameras and stuff. So we're not like doing all this crap. We won't have any extension cables in the false the drop ceiling, so we won't have a fire hazard. That's gonna be cool. Did I say that? I said that on YouTube. That's fine. Anyway, I appreciate any help I can get. And yes, Grapple Nights is this Friday if y'all want to come. So, all right, I appreciate y'all. Let's get some working, guys. And I'm here, and Patrick's here for a little while.